Hello, Human Movement.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
How are you feeling?
Very good. Very excited to jump on and play a set.
We're here at the Lansdowne, place of many years and many memories.
There's one in particular. I was playing the after party after Output Festival, which was on, I think, one of the islands in the harbour. And I got off the boat and my now wife decided to hand me, we'll call it a limoncello shot. And
They can be deadly.
Yep, very full on. So I had a limoncello shot as soon as I got off that boat, and then we got to the Lansdowne where we are now, and I was on in about
Memories flooding back.
Yeah, it's all coming back. I was on in about 45 minutes, and then that limoncello shot just really couldn't really open my eyes. It was more like moonshine. So
Hardcore limoncello.
The promoter was going, is he going to be able to play? And my wife now, but girlfriend we'd only been going out for about a month. She's like, oh, what have I done? But yeah, apparently I didn't open my eyes once, but I played a flawless set. Not that I remember, but no limoncello before playing after parties.
No, but it sounds like you did a good job.
Jack Daniels would be the better drink to have there.
So your tracks are both emotive and also dancey, quite atmospheric. If you could choose one of your tracks to soundtrack a film, which track would it be and what kind of film would it be in, or what would the scene look like?
Oh, that's really interesting because I've been sort of doing a bit of work with advertising, like music for film and advertisement. And sort of trying to diversify other than just making dance music. But yeah, it's hard to say. I think maybe there was a song I put out in 2019 called Thermal, which was a bit breaky and a bit slower. But yeah, a lot of sort of soundscapey textures building in that would suit really well in maybe a film like The Beach or something like that. I don't know. One of those early noughties films could have worked in that time. But yeah.
With your use of textures, where do you pull those from? Is that something that you have in mind before you make the track, or is it as you're making it, you're oh, I feel like this is what the vibe of this song encapsulates, or I want it to encapsulate?
A lot of it is trial and error. There was a period of time where the BBC put up their whole library of all their
that's epic.
soundscapes. So I was just and it was free download. So I just download those.
That's a gold mine.
And then just put it behind, whether it was jungle noises and it would be super low in the mix. You couldn't really hear it, but it just adds that little bit of, I don't know, ear candy that
For sure.
You probably wouldn't even pick up if you didn't know it was there.
Yeah.
But it makes all the difference.
Yeah, I love that. It's really cool. So how did you get into production and DJing, and which one came first for you?
They sort of came hand in hand. I started when I was 14. So yeah, at the school I was at, they actually offered lessons for music production and DJing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I sort of was listening to a lot of the Ed Banger stuff at that age and sort of fell in love with all that French electro stuff. So told my mum I really want to get into DJing and music production.
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, I'm not going to buy you the gear. So on the year eight summer holidays, I worked at my uncle's Lebanese restaurant for 8 weeks and saved enough money to buy Ableton and a little synthesizer and some studio monitors, and kind of got hooked from there. Yeah.
Awesome. So you mentioned that you're working at your uncle's Lebanese restaurant. How does your background as a Lebanese Australian influence your music or your style, and how do you express that through your music?
It's interesting. It's something I didn't really focus on too much when the project first started, and I probably kind of shunned it a bit. Didn't really want it to be attached to the branding of the act. But I think now it's super important to really embrace your cultural heritage, the political times that are happening. I've always been super outspoken about the injustices that's happened in the Middle East, and I think we're in a time where I guess Western media really is trying to pitch a narrative to make, I guess, our people seem like we're always the bad people, and that's just not the case. And what we're seeing is, you look at acts like Mokhtar and DJ Plead and using their sounds or using their background and culture and influencing it in dance music to tell the story, and using that as their branding as well, and sort of giving our culture a new perspective to the Western people.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, super important because, I mean, Western media's done such a good job at painting us as terrorists for like the last 24 years.
Well, it's really good that you're able to use your craft as a platform to also like find your own cultural joy and expression, and connect with other people who are also from the same background, also different backgrounds, to like enjoy and kind of come together with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think, I never really thought I would incorporate sort of Middle Eastern influences in my music, but my mum is a lot happier now that I've decided to.
That's awesome.
She was always sending me YouTube videos being like, this would sound really good in one of your songs. I'm like, no, Mum, I'm not doing that. And now I'm asking her to keep sending me those YouTube videos. So,
that's so cool. It definitely is something that like sets you apart in a way because you're coming back to yourself.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it's really cool to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
You've grown up in Sydney. Can you tell us, do you have a favorite or one of the best late night venues or events in the city that you like to give some highlight to?
I think if I'm really going to let my hair down, so to speak, I think a night out at Club 77 when it's the right night, you can't beat it.
Love Sips.
Such a great institution for dance music. And the fact that they just keep, like, that they haven't shut down, they've stayed open throughout COVID and lockout laws, and just still such an institution is just a testament to the venue that it is. So yeah, I think 77 would be my favorite.
Yep. Awesome. So we mentioned before that a lot of your music is both dancey and atmospheric and emotive. Do you think that there's a specific technique that you bring to either your DJing or production that you feel like is unique to you, or maybe like a signifier of it being your work?
I always try to make my own sounds when it comes to like synth production. So something that I think, I guess, is kind of unique to what I've been doing recently is like all the wubs, like the bass sounds. They're always made by me. I don't try to use any synth packs and stuff like that. And I think that's a good way to separate yourself from, say, like every other artist that's making music like that just will buy like a preset pack or download a pack and just everyone's using the same thing. You'll get those sort of unique differences when you do it yourself.
You've been part of the industry for quite some time now. If there's one thing that you could change about the industry, whether it's specific to the scene here or just more broadly in Australia or internationally, what would that be?
I think this idea of like every set having to be like documented and this huge headline moment. I miss the idea of there being opening DJs that played a really slow set and the night building up from there. The idea that everyone has to blow the crowd out of the water from doors. I think that needs to change. I don't think it's sustainable. Bring back slower sets, especially if you're an opener.
No, that's great too.
One of my favorite things to do is like when I play like an all night long is start the night at like 110 BPM. Or even 100 BPM and then build it up to there and then bring it back down to finish, because you can't listen to 140 BPM for like 6 hours. You'll fucking lose your mind.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely like some of the best sets I've been to are ones that have started out even with like an ambient first hour or two. And I'm like, wow, I'm in the club and the music, there's not even a beat yet. And it's kind of funny watching people being like, oh, like, what do I do? But also starting to just embrace the music.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So with late nights, whether it's DJing or producing in the studio, or also flying between wherever you might be playing or whatnot, how do you stay on top of your mental health as an artist?
I think exercise is super important, whether it's running or going to the gym. Definitely try to do that at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And also staying in touch with your family. I think having a strong and healthy relationship with your family is super crucial, especially if you're from the Middle East. You've got a overbearing mother, like I'm sure every Middle Eastern child has. Definitely keep in touch with them and just have a chat. And they're great little soundboards to get shit off your chest.
As someone who's seen many artists come and go as you've continued to thrive as an artist, who are some people that you would like to give a shout out, artists in Sydney right now that you think are really killing it?
Artists in Sydney I think are killing it. Ooh, that's a good question. Who is sort of killing it at the moment?
Or people that you kind of want to give props to?
Props to? I would love to give props to people like Ben Fester, Cousin, 82, Andy Garvey, Barney, Kato. These people sort of have like kept the underground scene alive. And they're kind of the selectors that they've been doing it since I just finished high school. And they've always been the selectors that I've looked up to the most, even though they don't get paid the highest fees and they don't play the biggest festivals. In my eyes, I think they're the best. Probably, I'd say Ben Fester and 82 are the best DJs in the world. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. You don't have to travel overseas.
Yeah.
They're right in your backyard.
Oh, yeah, Sydney City.
That's it.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today and giving us the pleasure of a set and also just answering a few questions. It's been great chatting.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Cool.